What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Professor Mims, aka Professor. Make it make sense. And it's been quite some time, but today I had to bring it back to LeBron James, who recently just downplayed ring culture in the NBA. This one is going to be a good one. So before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to continue to bring this amazing content. We won't have such a lag in videos from this point on. But without further ado, let's jump right in. So LeBron James just sparked a major debate across the NBA world, and it's not about stats, highlights, or even his own legacy. This one is about ring culture. So in a bold statement, LeBron called out the NBA's obsession with championship rings and saying it was disrespectful to some of the greatest players to step on the court. And he mentioned Charles Barkley, Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony, and then he was on the Mind the Game podcast with Steve Nash. So he actually gave Steve Nash a nod on top of that. But my question is he right? Or is this just a toxic mindset that's damaging how we celebrate the greatness in the game? So today we're going to dive into what LeBron said, why it matters, and how this ring first mentality could be hurting the league, or if you think this is part of LeBron submitting to the fact that he may never win another championship. So we're going to dive in right now. Let's get to it. So what you're about to hear now is coming from LeBron's own mouth when he was on, like I mentioned, Mind the Game podcast with Steve Nash. So I'm going to go ahead and cue this up. So let's hear what LeBron James had to officially say on ring culture.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport and why it's the A-all, B-all of everything. You sit here and you tell me, Allen Iverson and Charles Barkley and Steve Nash, our fucking wasn't unbelievable. Like, oh, they can't be talked about or discussed with these guys is because this guy won one ring or won two rings or won, like, it's just weird to me. Yeah. So you can't sit here and tell me that, okay, well, because he only won one, the guy can't be in the same room with the guy who won two or three or four. Like, why not? This guy, he's our logo.
All right, so LeBron was basically saying that individuals shouldn't be measured just based on rings alone, which that part I agree with, just because it can be true that you're a great player, but you didn't reach the goal of championship status. Having said that, why do you play the game? Basketball is a team sport. The ultimate goal is to win a championship. Anything less is a failure. That's the whole point of team sports. Your goal is to win a championship as a team. So your greatness has to impact the game enough for you to win. So to me, LeBron is being disingenuous when he says that, because he was the same one who understood that ring culture definitely mattered when he left Cleveland to go to Miami. And he said in his own press conference that he expected them to win not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, but 8 championships. So he understood that if he ever wanted to chase Michael Jordan's ghost, he would have to have the rings to back it up. And it's easy for him to say that now because he's at the tail end of his career where he probably realizes he may never win another ring at this point, which if I was a betting man, I would say he's not going to, which means he'll end his career with 4 rings. And that means the talk about Kobe and Jordan, ring chasing is over. So now you want to come out and say rings don't matter. See, and if you're a LeBron fan, there's no way you can defend this, because to me, that's a weak mindset. If you're a true champion, rings absolutely matter. Even if you want to nitpick and say, well, what about the games where I played out of my mind and we still lost? Guess what? You decided to sign up for a team sport. In team sports, the ultimate goal is to win championships. Now, when you're playing NFL, it's different because why? You don't have control over both sides of the field, but yet the greatness is still measured into winning championships. But in basketball, there's less players, and you play both sides of the ball, so you have way more an opportunity to impact the game. So yes, absolutely, rings matter. LeBron, come on, man. You know this of all people. That's why you heavily coveted the championship ring you got when you were in Cleveland. And just to quote you, you went on your own TV show, The Shop, and said, that right there, when I beat the 73-9 Warriors, that's when I became the greatest of all time. And the reason why you felt that way is because you understood it was an amazing accomplishment to win a championship over a historically great team. But notice, the ring mattered then, didn't it? But now, all of a sudden, you understand that this is the end of the road for you. You're not going to be able to catch up with Jordan, let alone Kobe. So now, rings don't matter no more. And it goes right into this generation. This generation is all about participation trophies, and you're more focused on individual accolades when you're missing the big picture, okay? The reason why the Jordan era was so amazing was because the Jordan era was heavily based on results, okay? Jordan went to the finals 6 times. He won 6 times. He didn't even allow you to go to a game 7. You know why? Because he wanted to make sure he got the job done. So I don't want to hear this stuff about rings not mattering anymore, okay? This is, it's disingenuous. And then I'm listening to podcasts with guys who don't have rings, like Jason Williams, Gilbert Arenas, who was the other one? Tracy McGrady. And these guys are backing up what LeBron say. And I'm like, why are you asking these guys who don't have rings? Of course they're going to agree with LeBron. Why? Because it fits their narrative. They understand that as great as they were, they missed the mark. The ultimate goal was to win a championship, or championships with an S, and it never happened for them. So now they all want to say, hey, stop drawing attention to the fact that we don't have rings. Look, I'm not even, check this out. I love basketball. I play basketball, but I never played on the NBA level. But when it comes to playing team sports on any level, I always understood it that if my team didn't win a championship, then our season was a failure. In fact, I played in 4 men's league basketball championships. I won 1 and I lost 3. The 3 that I lost, I didn't care that I made it because we didn't win. We didn't reach our goal. It didn't matter. If you're going to have that mindset, you need to take up an individual sport. Boxing, UFC, or mixed martial arts, golf, tennis, something where your greatness and your impactfulness is yours and yours alone. Now, I'm not saying in those sports they don't have a team there to back them up in terms of getting them prepared, but I'm talking about when it's time to actually get on the field, court, whatever the platform is, and perform. Those are individual sports. So I don't understand why this culture is so wrapped up in individual accolades. That's why it drives me nuts when I hear the GOAT conversation about who's the greatest of all time. And ironically, if you look at how both of these players answer those questions, it makes sense why one is a winner and one has a losing finals record. When LeBron was asked who's the greatest of all time, he has a 4-6, a losing finals record, but yet he's still picking up individual accolades to explain why he's the GOAT or why he's the greatest. But when Michael Jordan was asked the same question and he has a 6-0 record, he said he doesn't think it's fair to call anyone the GOAT because we all play in different eras. And then he started naming his Bulls team that went 72-10 as the greatest team of all time. And Michael Jordan understood one fundamental concept, which it sucks that LeBron never learned, because if he'd have learned it, he probably would be the best of all time because he would have had more wins in his finals column. But Jordan learned in the late 80s, early 90s, when he finally learned that it was going to take more than just him, and he actually bulked up, hit the weight room, and started playing within his team system and understanding it goes beyond him, and the team was going to have to win together. He learned how to win, and he never looked back. But for some reason, LeBron wanted to take the easy way out by running to Miami. And then the one finals that he did win, where you can say he quote unquote didn't have a super team, was in a bubble. It was during the pandemic. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here because I know I can go even deeper into the rabbit hole with this topic. But I just want to know what you guys think. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I should get off LeBron James' back about the ring culture and actually agree with what he's saying, that we should let people get away with just thinking that it's okay to just play the game and get all these individual accolades and then rings don't matter? Do you think he's being disingenuous, or do you think that he has a point? Either way, I want to know your thoughts. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. You guys have been amazing. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay blessed, and I'll see you soon.